All right, welcome back. Welcome back. I'm going to. I have a few things I like to discuss, but I know I said no topics, but I did want to just kind of just chat with everyone because I know after I wrote my articles, after I made the videos on like shorting and took a deep dive into like shorts and how they affect the price of Dogecoin and things like that. I just kind of wanted to do like a just kind of touch base with everyone because I know I haven't done that in a while. I haven't done a live in probably over a month. So I didn't want to touch base with everyone to see what you guys were thinking. So, and before anyone asks, yes, this is live. So this isn't a premiere or anything like that. So instead of me just replying in the comments, I'll pull your question up on my main screen here and then we'll ask, and then I'll answer it. So just let me know if you can hear me. I want to make sure that. Hello, everyone. I appreciate it. Hello, hello. So if you can hear me, just put yes if you can hear me. And there we go. Mr. Brilliant Ryan. Thank you. Thank you for becoming a member. So let me know what do you guys want to talk about? You want to talk about shorts? You have any questions? I'll do my best to answer them based off of my availability of knowledge. So with the overall markets and stuff like that. Okay, I see maybe it's just a little delay, but I see the messages coming in now. So let me know what you guys thought about the short series that I released and like the videos. I wrote a bunch of articles on Reddit about shorts. I am AOS podcast on Reddit, and I made a bunch of videos on shorts and stuff on here. Did you guys find that helpful? And how are you guys as far as for removing your coins from the exchanges? I do believe that the control of our coins and um, utility, I think, is going to be crucial to the overall development of the coin, and just pretty much lay the foundation for us to kind of take off from here. Back again. Beautiful. Thank you. Thank you. I'm glad to have you back. How much time do we have to accumulate before we start squeezing up? Well, even when it comes down to like a squeeze, there's several things that would have to happen before we, talk about like a squeeze or the possibility of one. Even as we remove coins from the exchanges and stuff like that, we would the only probability of a squeeze is if they continue to lend pretty much at their discretion despite having the coins. So even as we are removing coins, and we know that brokerages, exchanges, stuff like Robinhood, they put a limitation on the amount of coins that you can remove per day. So they'll be able to see something like a sharp decline in the amount of coins that they have coming. So they have the opportunity here to kind of do like some margin calls to get those coins back to prevent that from happening. And hopefully that, even outside, even just market integrity, I think that Dogecoin will be fine even if they just stop lending out the coin and we are able to just appreciate to a normal price range with this without them killing any of our catalysts and stuff like that. But for them to squeeze, yeah, they would have to continue shorting or using wraparound tokens and a number of things to kind of continue their trajectories despite not having the actual assets to back it up. Right now, they kind of do it willingly, easily, because they have the majority of the entire float is held on exchanges. So it's easy to do so. The borrowing rate, I imagine, will be dirt cheap just because they have it's so accessible to them. So they feel really comfortable about doing it. So there's several things that we would have to happen beforehand. So even right now, I'd say that with the amount of people who still haven't removed their coins from the exchanges, just because I think the information is just really starting to trend and get out there, I'd say there's a considerable amount of time before we can even really start considering that being a possibility. Is it possible to squeeze the shorts if not enough people get Cold wallets. I would say it's not possible, but it's difficult because we'd have to, because I believe that most of the coins are held on Robinhood and Binance, right? So, and we really have to go through with like a fine tooth comb to see who's lending what and at what rate to determine what type of position that we're in. That is a lot of variables and a lot of information that we don't necessarily have readily available to us. So we really have to go through like literally break it down by exchange to see, who's doing what at what rate to um, see what the likelihood of us, being squeezed and who's lending those coins, more aggressively. It will be a lot to do it without people just simply removing their coins from the exchange. The easiest way is for the retailers to have their coins off of the exchanges, because now we don't have to worry about coins being lent out, because we've seen the type of like camaraderie in the stock market. I imagine we'd see something similar in the crypto market. So the easiest way, the sure thing, would be for us to remove our coins and then just kind of see how the shorts respond to them having less coins, and then we kind of go from there. Otherwise, we'll just be, speculating on different hedge fund, not hedges, but different exchanges, and to what degree they're going to go to make additional profit. The more they short, the more I buy. I know that's right. Elon Musk is acting dicey. Hope it doesn't affect Doge in the long term. What do you mean? What do you do? Creates, there's somewhere we can see how a ratio between coins on exchanges and wallets. We have to come up with like a ballpark figure based off of like proof of assets, which is one of the reasons we've been asking for it, especially specifically from like Binance and stuff like that. You can kind of get an idea of the coins, but as far as for actual wallets, you can kind of see how many wallets overall, but you kind of have to look at the holdings of that particular wallet and the transactions going into it. You can kind of be like, okay, well, that's obviously an exchange just because of like volume and stuff like that. But not to my knowledge, is there like a concrete way that you can at least automatically separate exchanges from the amount of people? That's the way, like last time I checked, which was a few weeks ago, there's around 4.1 million wallets, and that's including exchanges. And most of those wallets were, those coins and stuff like that being held on exchanges. So I don't know of a concrete way of separating it besides just looking at it and, seeing, the amount of coins and saying, okay, well, that's an exchange. So I don't know a concrete way. Let's see. I don't know if you follow Paul Barrow, but he just posted a really interesting video on how this crypto bear market can be over. It's worth watching it. Okay, I have to check it out because, yeah, as of right now, the macros are saying that they're not lining up to say that it's over. But I'll have to check. I'm matter of fact, I'll put it in my notes because I love to hear someone make a case for that. Redescribe the shorts. I watched 2 of the videos, but not sure how to pull coins out. And where do you take the tax hit as you would if you pull completely out as profit? The well, or shorts in general. As far as for taxes and stuff like that, I say I'm not sure where you're located, so definitely check with like your local laws and stuff like that. But if you're still holding the assets, then you're simply transferring it and you're not selling it. So that shouldn't generate a tax on those coins. But again, it just depends on where you're at. Um, Shorts in general. So a short is basically when you borrow an asset and it creates an automatic sell order immediately in the market on that asset. So in my opinion, it's basically like creating a synthetic immediately. So you'll see something that says, I guess the example I used was you have a Dogecoin. Let's say this, you purchase your one Dogecoin. That counted as positive buying pressure, and that positive buying pressure is now neutral. So you're holding your Dogecoin on, I'll just say an exchange. I'm not gonna say any of the names right now, but you're holding that Dogecoin on the exchange. So the exchange says, okay, we got all these Dogecoins sitting here. How can we make additional revenue? So they'll lend people out who want to take a short position on your Dogecoin. So they'll lend your Dogecoin. So they're basically borrowing your asset to take a negative position against you. So they're pretty much taking your asset and betting against you with your own coin. And the exchanges allow them to do this so they can, get like their lending fee and stuff like that. And they're going to take your asset and basically sell it into the market, right? Crazy, right? And create downward pressure. So basically, your own coins are basically what's creating the downward pressure that's killing a lot of the momentum and stuff like that in the catalyst that you see. Like, so when we see like if Elon came out right now and was like, I love Dogecoin, I'm putting $1 billion in Dogecoin, you'd see shorts go through the freaking roof. There are a number of ways to short, margins, options. The biggest ones are margins, obviously, but you will see that they do these types of things to kind of counteract any type of positive momentum. But a short in general is just simply a guaranteed buyer because it's different from a put. It's not an option. When you short, you're a guaranteed buyer at some point. You collect the profit in the spread of between where you generated that immediate sell order and downward. Now, technically, the amount of losses that you can have are infinite. But right now, the position that we're in with Dogecoin is because 82% of all Dogecoin is held on exchanges, and because they control literally the market, the percentage to even their lending fee and the risk that they associate with lending Dogecoin out is really low. So it's a comfortable bet for people that want to short the actual coin. What we're doing, when I say remove the coins, get you a ledger, stuff like that, is you're removing the coins from the exchanges. This has two things. It has more than one effect. A, you're limiting the amount of coins that they have and that they're going to be able to lend out. Even if they're doing it on a 1-to-1 ratio, normally, technically that's how it's supposed to be, but leverage gets people in trouble. But if you're doing it on a 1-to-1 ratio, this will limit the amount of coins that they have to short. The second thing to do is if they want to short the position, the coins that they have, you're now raising the borrow rate, right? So the less coins that they have, the more riskier it has that those coins will not be able to be returned, or that they may not be able to, even find the coins to purchase to sell back to the exchange. So that raises the risk. So now the rate at which they charge to borrow these assets goes up. So it becomes, basically, that means that it just becomes more expensive to short the coin. So the less coins they have, they're going to lend out less, and it's going to raise the price that it costs to short the coin, right? And this creates like a domino effect on the price as far as for them really being more strategic as far as for when they short and how much they short. Because right now it's pretty much dirt cheap. They have all the coins. It's dirt cheap to short the thing. So, this is why you see a catalyst come up, you'll see short spike up 200% in a day. And then when momentum stops and when those buy orders, when those sell orders execute, they disappear as fast as they come. And this is why we've seen when Dogecoin first dipped down to 8 cents, we've seen the chart right behind me here. Let me switch over. You've seen right here, Dogecoin trended at the 200-day moving average for 14 days consecutively when we had that breakdown to 8 cents. And I would go into Bookmap, I look at the buy orders and all that, literally just piled in, and the shorts were there, literally just combating that buying pressure to pretty much maintain where Dogecoin was. And this is typically what they'll do until we get additional breakdowns in the market, and they'll look for those segues to kind of swap them out so that they can pretty much buy those assets, return them, and without there being like a major push in the market, and they're able to now short at the new low. Meaning, I'm sorry this is taking so long, but shorts that's why I made like 6 videos on this. I'm trying to give you like an express version. But so basically when they're swapping, let's say they short from 11 cents down to 8 cents, right? And now they're saying, okay, well, let's take profit, let's get out of this position, and close this one out. And then they'll open a new one at the new price. So that's typically what you'll see, that you'll have that period where they trend sideways for a long period of time. get a breakdown in the market, not necessarily Dogecoin, but a breakdown overall in the market. They capitalize on that, swap out during that time frame, take a new position at the new low, and repeat the process. It's kind of like walking down an asset, and it's not limited to Dogecoin. This is a very common practice across the market. Yes, I'd say that's a shorting in a nutshell. Most of it. So definitely just kind of review those videos, and it will give you like a better idea. Let's see, going through the comments here because I know I took a while to explain that, so I gotta catch up. Let's see, why does BSC Doge exist? It's because Binance does not have enough Doge, or do they not want Doge to leave their exchange? It could be a number of reasons that a company creates a wraparound token. In my opinion, and let's just say that they're not trying to do anything sketchy, right? But it opens the door to pretty much create like a crypto dark pool. Because if we don't have access to, which we do now, and of course we can kind of track the wallets to make sure they're doing the right thing. But if in the event that you have a wraparound token and we have no idea what the wallet address is, and we're not able to verify how much Dogecoin you have, it creates like a dark pool. So now you're able to move in and out of the coin pretty much like undetected. We have no idea how many coins you have. Is it 1-to-1? Does one BSC equal 3 Dogecoin? Like, it's just, excuse me, does 1 Dogecoin equal 3 BSC? And when you're creating this, it just opens the door for a lot of the situations that we've seen in different sectors of the market, right? You don't want it's really what I don't want for crypto, because you don't want a situation where the exchange is on every side of the transaction. The advantage we have here in the crypto market is that we're able to remove our coins from the exchanges. So we have to take advantage of that and not leave that leverage with the exchange. Because if they're trading in and out of a token that represents another token, a derivative, we have to be able to track the amount of assets that they actually have to make sure that it's not funny money, because at some point it can work out to be something like we're doing like with banks or fractional reserve and stuff like that, and it just opens the door to this to be a little stock market junior. And I think that's one of the things that we have to kind of just keep in mind. Let's see. I love what I'm hearing. Have to start working together. Okay. Leave a like, guys. Yeah, absolutely. Like that'll go low as they never wanted to. What you think? I want it to go down to 0.01 cent so I can make the Forbes for real. Yeah. Some people got mad at me when I said that. I was like, no, you misinterpret what I'm saying. Because that's why I made the video like what is it? Profit, assets and value, and just pretty much just being able to retain it. Because when you see something manipulation, you have to ask yourself, what's the true value of the coin? That's literally what I'm asking. I want my goal in investing, and that should be everyone's goal in investing, is to have their, pretty much buy value on sale, right? Like, I don't want to pay fair market value if I can avoid paying fair market value for an asset, then I'm all for it. You know what I'm saying? I want Apple 50% off. I want to buy Apple at 130 when it's worth 250, right? I want to buy Dogecoin at 8 cents when it's worth $1.50. Things like that. That's the type of deals that I'm looking for. You make money in a bear market, like that way the upside is all smooth. So I am definitely loving these prices here. I'm saying, do you sell merch? Disruption shirt. I have some shirts left over. I just got a new. I got some larger ones. I'm not sure what size you are. Just shoot me an email. I have my emails in the about section. So just shoot me an email. Let's see. Michigan. Okay, well, you're saying you're from Michigan? Paul Barron. Yeah, I wrote down the. I'll find it. Paul Barron. I'll find it, and 'cause I want to hear someone make a case for that because the macros are not aligning. So maybe he knows something I don't. Got my Nano X and been removing my Doge from Robinhood. That's the way. That's the way. Yo, Dave, I just thought about something crazy. Leaders like you in the Doge community need to let the drop happen if the big want it low. Let it go as low as possible and come together and stop buying. Um, what do you mean let it? Leaders like me need to let the drop happen. I don't know. I don't know if I can prevent it from happening. But they even right now, like the goal during this, bear market and stuff is to detour people from being in the coin. And the as long as the macros are not aligning, as long as we have inflation and stuff like that, that's like rampant, and the CPI numbers and stuff like that are out of whack, that leaves room for a further breakdown. I will say the lower it goes, the more aggressive they're going to have to be. So, which is kind of like what we're seeing here. We'll get confirmation on this probably within the next 30 days to see. And what we're going to be looking for to confirm this is another leg up in shorts. We've seen them pretty much have to consolidate and sit at that 200-day moving average. And right now, they've brought everything up, right? They've curved dramatically the 21-day, which is that yellow line you're seeing on the screen, the 72-day, which is that purple line you're seeing on the screen. They've curved dramatically upward. And we're going to see if we get another leg up, that is an indication that they're having to increase buying pressure, especially if we have let's say we get a breakdown in Dogecoin. Let's say we go to like 6 cent or 5 cent, and then we get another leg up in shorts and it consolidates. We pretty much set another higher high in shorts. That is confirmation here that they cannot exit these positions. Otherwise, it will pretty much take the selling pressure and stuff off of Dogecoin. I'm really, really curious to see that. And I believe we're going to get confirmation of that in the next 30 days. That's one of the indicators that I'm looking for. Because I was, when I got all the evidence I needed to make my theory when we sat at the 200-day moving average for 2 weeks. But as always, when you're long term, you want to look for confirmations and stuff like that. So I'm waiting for confirmation to see the next leg up. So hopefully, that happens, and we'll have confirmation on at least for a lot of people. I already have my confirmation on what shorts are doing, but that'll be, I guess, a concrete confirmation for some people who are saying the shorts aren't having that, that big of an increase on price. And just for the record, I've seen people say that, they're seeing people like on Reddit and stuff like that saying, leave your coins on the exchanges. Like, I've never been the one to come on here and be like, hedges and stuff like that. But if you're seeing people that saying, hey, leave your coins on the exchanges and stuff like that, like, they might as well take a picture in their Binance uniform or something like that and put in their profile picture. Like that, they probably work for the hedge fund, for the exchange. So just keep that in mind, because that's really, really weird to me when people go hard for you to keep your coins on an exchange. Like why does that matter to you? So just keep that in mind. I'll leave it at that. Let's see. Peace. Thanks for the super chat. What'd you say? I know you can't prevent it, buddy, but what I meant was if they want it down low, push that same narrative so it can go low and scare the big dogs. The leaders themselves will be scared if it goes low. Just a thought. Bless. Yeah, I mean, I understand what you're saying, but for me, I don't want to push anything or say anything that's contrary to what I'm doing, right? Because at that point, it's, just me lying or being manipulative. Like, that's why people are asking, hey, we got support at like the 25 cent. And I was like, hey, look, I'm waiting for it to break down below 20 cent. That's where I'm buying, and that's regardless of what kind of feedback I get. When I say Bitcoin's going into 20,000s and stuff like that, and Dogecoin 6 cent, I get all types of messages saying that, you're crazy, it's never going to go that low, blah, 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 and stuff like that. And I have to post what I see and what I do. I'm just I get on here and I post basically my truth, regardless of how well it's received, on YouTube. And I don't want to just push something that's kind of different from what I'm doing and what I'm seeing. I just try and be as as transparent as possible. Excuse me. One sec. Hope that makes sense. So I post the narrative to say, hey, look, this is what I see the shorts are doing. And people can take that how they want to utilize that information to just say, hey, look, I'm going to wait, or I don't think the shorts, I'm just going to buy in right now. That's up to you. But I just post what I'm seeing, and you guys can do your own due diligence to kind of double check that. But I do understand your point. I just try to make sure what I post aligns with what I'm actually doing. Let's see, what would be a good percentage of coins still on exchanges to shoot for besides zero? um, I mean, I think if we can get down from 82% to, I mean, even 20%, I think would be dramatic. Like as long as, because right now at 82% of all the coins are on the exchanges, we literally do not have control of the coin. Like we can't say this is the people's currency, and this is the people's choice. This is the internet currency. If we literally don't have control of the coins, because when you store these coins in there, if you go read the terms of service on that, on those a lot of these exchanges, like literally, like a lot of these exchanges, if they go broke or if they default, like they per the terms of exchange. I'm not gonna say which ones, but per some of the terms of exchanges, you're literally entitled to like nothing. And you really have to be careful when you're storing your coins on here. And this is one of the things that I have to make sure that when we're pushing narrative saying that this is the people's currency and stuff like that, that needs to align with what we're saying. Like if it's the people's currency, then let the people own it. So I'd say like ideally at least more than 50%. So I can say that we realistically have control of the coin and it's the people's coin. But I would like to say 20%. I say 20%, right? So if there's 20% on there and we have overwhelmingly the majority, I'd like to see how the shorts respond even to catalysts and stuff like that. So that's where I stand. Let's see. Let's see. Doge is dead. There we go. There we go. I knew they were coming. Let's see. I've already got to the point. I have no idea how many coins I have in my hardware wallet. I just keep DCA, and I only know when I transfer it to my hardware wallet. No, I understand. There are several stocks and cryptos that I don't know how many coins I have, and Doge is definitely one of them. I know the feeling. Is it possible to have a blow off top and prolonged gum chop that obliterate everybody before MOAS? A blow off top and a prolonged gum chop that obliterate everyone. It can. As far as for like literally just I'm assuming you mean just like it's skyrocketing and stuff like that. It can, but typically the market where the market is now, it was going to have to move in sync. There's a lot of liquidity that has left the market, and we'll get a true price based off of the amount of people that's actually holding if we weren't able to, if we remove some of these shorts and definitely remove our coins from the exchanges. But typically, as far as for like getting like a blow off top or something like that, we're going to have to wait on the liquidity to go back into the market before I have a natural spike. I do believe that Dogecoin is artificially lower than what it should be, but I don't think that it would just. I don't think that if we remove all of our coins from the exchanges and they literally, if shorts went to zero, I still don't believe that would put us like at an all-time high or something like that. So I hope that answers your question. Appreciate you, sir. Doge one to the moon stand. I'm still waiting on Elon to say something about that. I know I've seen like the June 28th thing and stuff like that, but I'm waiting on some concrete information. If that's true, I expect him to say something like within the next week or so. So I'm still waiting on concrete information. That's one of the reasons why I made a general price expectation video about that, but that's why I haven't said anything specifically about like dates and stuff. Let's see. I see a relief rally, BTC to 35K, Doge to 11 before the deep dip due to the current circumstances. Be patient and don't FOMO. Yeah, definitely don't FOMO. Do not FOMO. I made a video about like the psychology of investing, and I talked about like FOMOing and stuff like that. Yeah, a lot of reasons. Yeah, FOMOing gets people in trouble. Sometimes, you can be, being in the right investment is only part of it, though. You can definitely capitalize more if you get in the right investment at the right time. So just, you've been sitting on the sidelines. Some of those of you that have, especially I believe if your current DCA is 20, 30, 40% more than where we are right now, like it makes no sense to try and time it like, if your DCA is 40% more or something like that than where we are right now, it makes no sense to try and time it and say, I'm going to catch it at 6 cents. Like you should be like, I'm not going to, not financial advice, but mathematically speaking, it's smart to bring down that DCA here, like because coin count obviously matters the most. That's your multiplier, but trying to time the market, we have no idea. Like when I started talking about 6 cent Doge, I think late last year, based off of math, and 12 cent obviously was the historical, which we got to break. And when we look at these numbers, initially, unless we get massive downward pressure, we have those flash crashes that it hits that amount, and then the buy orders are sometimes even faster or stronger at those levels where they fill and they're able to even push back up through the shorts and they consolidate a little higher, which is what we've seen with a while with the 12 cent. We come down to 12 cents and we bounce back up to 16. We come down to 12 cents and we literally bounce back up to 16. We're doing it right now with 6 to 8. Yeah, 6 is that that floor, that level of support there. But yeah, we hit 6 and we bounce back up to 8. We hit 6, we bounce back up to 8. And the lower we get, just the more we're going to see like those bounces, and the higher and the harder it is for them. It's going to be for them to get it lower. So I wouldn't try and time it before you get down there, but you're trying to try and catch those levels. How long do you see us going? How low do you see us going? It's really difficult to chart consumer actions. I knew about the 12 cent just because historically that's within range. And 6 cent, the chart told me 6 cent, right? Below that, we're getting into kind of like speculation territory. I do believe that at 5 cent or anything below, it would take massive, massive short pressure to contain it at that level, or something, or just something catastrophic overall in the market to cause a major sell-off by like some whales or like a institution or something. So I don't want to say 5 cent, but it'd be really shocking if it were to consolidate below that and sit there for a long period of time. I would find it really difficult to think that's something that would happen, especially right now in the climate. Maybe something in the macro can shift and we have to revisit this conversation. But as of right now, I think the buying pressure would be like surreal at those levels. And you would have to have a lot of consistent buying pressure, probably like another 14 days of elevated shorting to kind of contain that. But as of right now, I think that 6 and 5 is going to do well unless we get some further bad news in the macros of the market. Hey, David, love your channel. You keep me sane, brother. I appreciate you. I appreciate it. Yeah, like the video if you have a chance. I can't see how many likes I have in this program. So if you can, like the video, and you can support the channel for free just by making sure you're subscribed. So I appreciate all of you. I say, David, you wouldn't make a good politician. You're too honest. Oh yeah, no, I get assassinated probably like 2 speeches in. Let's see. Is it possible to have a short crypto winter this time that lasts months and not years, like 2018? It's possible, but see, the thing about it is we have, even in the crypto winters or even the bear markets and the stock market, the reason we have these big pumps and these fast turnarounds is because of the Feds coming in with their BS and pretty much making it rain money. And now I believe that they're kind of between a rock and a hard place when it comes down to inflation, because what they've done with these, like a policy reversal in 2018 and literally just pumping the market through COVID, is now with inflation, they're not, I say they can't, but it would be extremely unwise for them to continue that pattern. So we're going to I believe that it's healthy for the market to correct. So let me say that. I believe that it's a part of a normal cycle. And I think that we're well overdue. If we look at anything like the NASDAQ, the S&P, Bitcoin, anything that's been, I say, around since 2018, we've seen a lot of unnatural activity, and I think that it's great that to have an equilibrium, and I think that that needs to happen. I don't think that it'll necessarily be short, just because the where the money came from to make those short was, I'm not gonna say funny money, but I'll just say they had a little help, right? The market's been on steroids for a few years, and I think right now we're gonna have to come down off of that high and return to a more normal market, because the people that have started investing in 2020, 2019, they have not experienced a normal market. Like everything that, as far as these cycles and how the market reacts and the amount of, down to the amount of money that they've made, is technically historically inaccurate, and that's not how the market works. So I think we're just going to have to come down off of that high or turn down to a more normal market, because we can't print money and throw it into the market forever. So I do not think that it's going to be necessarily that short. I just think that it's just time that we have a consolidation in the market, kind of like that reset, and then we build from there. I do believe we're going to recover, but I just think that the reasons that we had those quick turnarounds are, not not the case this time around. Let's see. Let's see. Troy Graham, you call 8 cent. You said you would gobble them up at that range. Did you gobble? Hold on, let me find your comment. There we go. Did you gobble? Also staking. Your thoughts, good or bad? And last, you are refreshing, real honest, and I appreciate you. All right, thank you, Troy. Yeah, no, definitely at 8 cent below. I love these prices. That's one of the reasons I'm saying, like, you can try and time it for like 6 cent or something. I wouldn't count on it, but yes, definitely. I bought a lot. We went down to 8 cent. I have bought a lot of that range. Staking, no, see, staking is, and I think that I covered this in one of my videos. Staking, we're going to see staking rewards go up dramatically at as far as for what you get for staking. Like I believe they're going to be giving away iPads and TVs and all kinds of crap once we get a large number of people that have removed their coins from exchanges. They're going to have to incentivize you to keep the coins on the exchanges. So as that supply gets low, you're going to see those staking rewards go up. Just consider staking and the staking rewards. Consider it like a money market account, right? Like a CD, right? So they're competing for you to lock your coins up for X amount of time so that they can loan the hell out of it and make 10 times that spread. So they're going to pay you, like a CD, we're going to pay you instead of 0.01, you put it in a CD, we're going to pay you 0.05. And you're going to be like, wow, that's a great deal. That's like 5 times what I would make if I had it in a regular money market account. And then they go out and they're going to loan the hell out of it and short it and stuff like that. And they're going to create a much bigger spread and then pay you those pennies. And I think that in order to remain competitive, you're going to have to they're going to have to raise those rates. And I think that that's one of the things that we're going to see, because we're going to see, especially when it comes down to like Dogecoin and stuff like that, we're going to see, as we remove those coins from the exchanges, they're going to be giving out, like I said, iPads and back massages and trips to Hawaii and all kinds of crap to make sure that you can they keep those coins on the exchanges. So I think staking is bad as it stands right now. It doesn't make sense for what we're trying to do unless these exchanges come out really straightforward and say, hey, here's how we make money. And don't just say margin. Margin can be a number of things. I hate when they do that. Just say, here's how we make money. Here's what we will do. When you stake your coins, here's what we will do with them. Here's what we won't do with them. Because you're not just going to hold them for X amount of times, because that is of no benefit to you. And I think that's really important that we keep that in mind. It is of no benefit to an exchange to simply hold your coins if they're not going to use them to make additional revenue. It's of no benefit for any of these exchanges to be your wallet if they're not going to use it to their advantage. So just keep that in mind. 100 likes. Okay, there we go. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. Let's see. We're all taking David out for drinks at the next Doge Palooza or when Doge soars past $1. Thank you. I appreciate it. Yeah, I know. Maybe I'll attend one of those things. I heard about it, so maybe I'll attend one of those things. Hello, Luna. How are you? Let's see. 85 likes, 115 watching. I usually watch from my TV in my bed. It's okay. Hey, as long as you're comfortable. Let's see. When do you think we'll hit the next bull run? I'll have to. I'm tracking the macros. I'll start looking at some periods to try to get like an idea because I can do an average based off of like historics and stuff like that. But there's a lot of things that's different this time, and I have to take those into account. But I'm more so looking for some solutions to, or at least some curves in a lot of our macros, primarily inflation, and that's going to be a big take on where we're going as an economy. And I think that's going to kind of like relieve a lot of worry that's in the market, right? Another indicator that I like to use is the yield curve. I like looking at that just to make sure you see that it's inverted. And then when it's not inverted, making sure that they're not raising rates week over week so that it's not inverted to give you the illusion that, oh, it was only inverted for a short period of time, kind of like what happened this year. So it's just a lot of crap that I've seen them. It's a lot of crap that I've seen in the market when they know that we're paying, because this is the first time that we have this many retailers in the market, right? This is the highest number of retailers. I think it's something like 28 million new investors went into the market over the last couple of years. And so now we're seeing these mass manipulations on indicators and stuff like that. So when I look at these things, I have to kind of look at the actual technicals and numbers and make sure that, take a look at these CPI numbers and really just kind of take a deeper look to kind of get an idea before I start saying, okay, here's the next bull run, here's that consolidation, because you can't necessarily time the bottom, but I'm more so just trying to get around that general area, and then I'll be happy with that. But the second I have some concrete information, I will certainly relay that to you guys. So you guys don't have to worry about that. Let's see. Am I still holding AMC? Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, I have AMC shares as low as like $8. I think my average on E Trade is like 11. I have AMC on like on 3 different platforms though. But yeah, I'm still holding AMC. Let's see. Is it possible that Doge keep collapsing slowly or dead up to May 2023 before a new all-time high of $2 in a rush, like always? I mean, in the past. Well, the Dogecoin community is holding. That's one of the things that we're still. Last I checked, we're still top 10. We're still, the community in itself is doing what it's supposed to, holding. We're expanding. We're getting new utility, and that is in its general is not. I don't believe that the pressure in addition to the consolidations that we're seeing is reflective of Dogecoin's true price. So even now, with the manipulation and stuff that is happening with Dogecoin, it has historically still stayed within the windows of a normal cycle in crypto, right? So despite all the BS, despite all the FUD media and shorting and all that kind of crap, Dogecoin is still historically within context of a normal crypto cycle. So I don't think necessarily it'll keep collapsing, because if Dogecoin is still within that window, that would mean that the crypto market in general would still see further collapsing. Bitcoin still has room to go down, even based off of charting. So that's one of the reasons why I said that we still can see further consolidation in Doge as well, especially from institutional money coming out. That's just, the question is, it's just really hard to tell when retail will. You can't chart when retail is going to buy in, right? So I won't say it continued collapsing, but there is still some more room to further consolidate. I would say not a lot based off of charting, but there's certainly we can certainly go down a little more from here. Let's see. Wait, hold on. What's going on about New York? Somebody asked him about New York. Okay, what's happening in New York? Ask him about the New York ban. Are you telling other people to ask? Wait, hold on. Okay. Oh, you said I keep skipping over your question. Let me see. Let me go back. Oh, second time he skipped over my question. Oh, okay. Hold on here. Let me see. Let's see. David, what's your opinion on crypto in New York? I still have yet to get my wallet from Robinhood. And did you hear about the crypto ban? Um, Not sure about the crypto ban, but I know that New York has been really funny when it comes down to like the wallets and stuff like that. And well, New York is it's a number of policies that they're being funny about. But I did hear that from the last I heard, I know Vlad was saying they're working on some type of workaround for Robinhood and the wallets and stuff like that in New York too, so that people are able to access their keys basically for their coins. I haven't checked recently, but I think it was like I want to say about even about a month ago that that was the last I heard about it. So but I know that they're working on it. Because I've heard of a workaround. I don't want to say it right now on live because I'm not sure, and I want to put that out there. Matter of fact, I'll put that in my notes as well. I have to confirm a few things before I say that, and I put that out into the atmosphere because I know if I say it, then it'll be out there. So, and I don't want to say anything inaccurate. So I'll verify a few things, and if I get something concrete, I will. I'll make a post about it. I'll make a video. So just check the. I'm not sure if you're a subscriber or anything, but just check the comment section on my channel, and if I find anything, because I've seen this question a few times, um, I'll make a post about it. So I hope that helps. Let's see. I think all altcoins will follow, but at the same rate as BTC. Retail is running out of money until they has a catalyst. There will be lag. Yeah, no, that is the case. Because I noticed that even when I talk about like the market breaking down, or if I say when I put out my 20K Bitcoin and all that kind of stuff like that, people come on there. Oh, it's FUD. It's FUD. Buying the dip is but you can't buy every dip, right? You know, you buy all the dips, you're gonna run out of money before the real dip comes. So you have to be, just I don't say be strategic, but you can certainly average down or do a little bit every week, but just kind of having a feel for like the general direction of the market. But um, retail could at some point, yeah, retail will be. I said it'll be stretched thin, especially if we see inflation rising and stuff like that in other areas. That extra cash that we see flowing into the market will certainly be stretched. So that's definitely something to consider. Let's see, not sure if it's wrong, but isn't one of the exchanges buying $1 billion worth of Doge? If so, I made a post about it the other day because based off of the way that Binance released their proof of assets, they had to buy um, some extra. Actually, well, definitely wasn't $1 billion. It was like 34 million, something like that. But I'm not sure if you're talking about something else. But it could. It can certainly. It should. Unless we get like some major shorting to kind of combat that. But yeah, that should if they had to whoever bought $1 billion of Dogecoin, that would certainly um, would be reflected into the charts. Let's see. I own a firm in New York, and even trading stocks is a pain. You have to deal with regulations. Yeah, I don't know. It's New York is certainly special. It's special. Um, that's why when I see those comments about wallets and stuff like that, I would certainly wish you guys the best. when it comes down to like, and especially because that's basically where Wall Street's headed. So it's just headquartered at. So it's just really, really interesting that their regulations are that strict. But it's always a pain. You said the VPN. Yeah, I was going to say that, but I'll try not to put that stuff out there. But yeah, that's certainly an option. That's certainly an option for New York. Let's see, do I crypto mine? I don't. I don't. That's weird. I'm not sure what you're speaking on. Yeah, I don't mind. I don't. Okay, so I've been on roughly about 50 minutes. So definitely before you guys go, there's definitely we are less than 700 subscribers away from 40,000 members on the channel. So I appreciate all of you guys for that. That's going to be a huge milestone for the channel. So definitely tell a friend to check the channel out. And if they like what they see, obviously subscribe, like this video. I know I've turned this into a movie basically with how long the live is, but I was happy to check with you guys. I'm gonna do a few announcements as well. So I have a few days that I'm going to do a poll in the comment section, in the community section on the channel, to get a feel for some not necessarily activities, but I'm going to break up the days on my channel to be more organized in addition to like the regular videos. So I have days that I do like lives and stuff like that, and maybe even like a deep analysis like TA day and stuff like that. So I'm going to just check the community section. I'm going to have some polls, and then you guys can give me some feedback there. We're going to get an idea of it. So, but with that, I will conclude there. Thank you guys for chatting with me tonight, and I will see you all tomorrow. Have a good night.